over Kenya. What do you hope to achieve while you're here at the IGF?
Well, I think it's just a very good opportunity to network. I know it might sound mildly ridiculous. You fly all the way to Kenya to meet people, but I'm not just meeting people from Britain, obviously, who are important, but I'm meeting people from all over the world. Moy Jail, the Egyptian blogger, for example, Bob Palm, one of the founders of the internet, people from Australia, people from America, particularly people from Africa. I think it's incredibly important this is being held in Africa, because Africa, funnily enough, I think is one of the continents which is making huge advances in terms of the internet, because it's got mobile infrastructure now that people are using in ways that we don't use actually in the development. So it's just a huge experience to meet a range of people. And what I like about it is that although you have structured sessions like the session we just had, it's the random bumping into people and coming across someone you didn't know existed. I didn't know about the existence, for example, .-next, the website that kind of follows internet politics, if you like. It's very useful to have met Kieran here.
Also, obviously me being a student, I'll student-based questions. So, what do you see as the future as for young journalists as when it comes to the social media? How do you think?
Well, I think there's a great future. I mean, I think people. Funny enough, a lot of the kind of senior journalists I now say, they've never advised people to go into journalism now. I think quite the opposite. I think that there are 2 points. First of all, I think there'll always be a need for professional journalists. As I said in the session, people go to websites they trust for news and information, and it will be the professional journalists on a website which will draw people to them. So you always need a professional journalist. But secondly, as a journalist, you now have much more opportunity to build your own site. I mean, in one sense, your career 20 years ago would have depended on whether you were hired by a national newspaper. Now, in many ways, your career is in your hands. You could build your own website, use your own knowledge of the web to raise your profile, and you can live or die on your own reputation rather than on whether somebody else gives you a job.
Okay. So do you hope events like this will continue in next year?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, they're really important. It's really important we have this annually, and I think, I think people need to come together in forums like this to meet each other, to talk about things, to catch up, and to kick about ideas.
Okay, thank you very much, Ed.
Great pleasure to meet you.
Okay.